12 o'clock on the button. It is the Oil Stream on a rainy and cold Monday. The Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola, YouTube Trev, and Hernan, the man, Salas, the Latino heat. Keeping things warm around here because it's chilly.
Cold
in
this
the country.
building. Well, Maddie's not here in Dustin. We can put up the heat, guys.
Yeah, we can. We should.
Yeah, we absolutely can. It's freaking cold in here, man. My hands are freezing.
Yeah.
Or Trev, sit on your hands.
I always have cold hands, but today they're extra cold.
I see you guys have on the death La Copa del Mundo.
Yeah, we do. You like that?
Oh, I'm so pumped. Let's go.
Did you lift this up?
I'm not pumped for tonight.
It's actually pretty heavy.
Yeah, man, that's solid.
When you speak Espanol, but the Spanish version, not the Chilean, not the Central American version, it's hilarious.
But like, again, it's not mocking. It's how they talk.
It is how they talk.
Like if you ever met a Spaniard, like that's how they talk.
They deliberately speak with a lisp because one of their kings, I don't know, a couple hundred years ago, had a lisp. And I think out of like pity or empathy, they're like, let's talk like this from now on.
And if you ever go to a Barcelo resort, there's a lot of people from Spain there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a Spanish company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Barcelo.
So you see a lot of Barcelos, a lot of Españoles there.
And so now it's just carried over. They've been doing it for so long. That's just part of
that's just the way. Yeah, that's just the way they.
So they don't even think anything of it.
No.
They've
100%.
trained themselves to have lists.
That is correct.
That's tough. I can.
So say you were wondering what's for lunch in the buffet line, what would you say, Hernan?
Enough.
Please.
Say it.
Eso, amigo. And I was like,
that happened to him when he was in Mexico.
I was like, quesos.
Are you saying quesos?
And I was like really tanned at that point. She probably thought I was staff.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I can help you. What else do you need to know on the buffet line?
Need refreshments in your room.
She was really nice. She tapped me on the arm. She's like, gracias, amigo. So I was like
de nada.
And I love listening to him talk though. Like I do. Like I think it's
fascinating.
It's just so different.
Yeah, it's extremely different.
I think YouTube Trev, you would be freaked out.
Yeah, now that I think of it, I've definitely heard the lisp, and I've just assumed that they've all had lisps.
No.
But
no,
that's a part of their language. And I didn't know that until 10 minutes before the Oil Stream today. So.
Well, the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza, where on the lunch menu you can get quesadillas.
Nice. That's good.
Or chicken tacos. I'm sorry. Look what you started.
Here, do this. Next, for the World Cup, Spain, they're going to interview one of their players, and I'll play it for you guys.
Yeah.
And you're going to see how they speak. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
When are you going to do this?
When they play.
Oh,
because they always do one interview on the field.
Yeah.
And you can get it. Obviously, you guys won't understand what they're saying, but
maybe I will.
You'll notice how the Españoles talk.
Okay, I look forward to this. Also, I think I might understand some of it.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of similarities to French and Italian. I went to French immersion school till 11th grade.
Oh, wow.
Or 10th grade, 11th
So you're
grade.
like fluent.
Actually, yeah. I mean, it's degraded significantly because I graduated high school 3 years ago. So it would have been 24, 25 years since I took French immersion classes.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy because in like the Spanish world, like you can tell right away where they're from just because of the accent,
the dialect.
So like we were in Mexico and we were outside the club. We were having a dart, and then I heard three guys talking. Yeah. And I go to the GF. I go, they're Chilean. I can tell right away. And
that's
I go,
impressive.
Hey, Chilenos, and they're we all
Well, that's cool.
And you can tell if they're Argentinian. You can tell if they're from just. Like everybody we all understand each other, but we all have a different dialect, different accents.
Like Quebecois is much different than French from France.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Parisian.
Yeah. Except for the Brazilians, because they speak Portuguese.
Is that straight up Portuguese, or is it like a weird mix?
I think it's straight up.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't understand Portuguese. Yeah. You know what's crazy? I probably understand more Italian than I do Portuguese because Italian is similar to Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Latin derived.
Yeah.
So is French.
Portuguese is hard to understand.
Tagalog as well. Filipinos, I believe they're
It's a blend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a blend.
They're always
So it's weird.
Filipinos are very pleasant, I find.
They are.
They're always like happy.
Yes.
Hey, you're
That's the
smiling
nicest.
today. Like I should be in a better mood.
When you're at the airport, like the place to go is Chili's, right? Because they serve food all day and drinks.
Yeah.
The the head bartender there, he's Filipino.
Yeah.
Like you cannot be in a good mood, not be in a good mood around that guy. Like he is the
You
happiest.
cannot
Yeah.
be in a good mood, right?
Like he is the happiest guy ever, man. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
well, he's meeting people that are just traveling,
That's cool.
right? Like
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
like the nicest guy, man. He's always bartending when we take trips. 'Cause, you know, Hernan needs a couple tequilas before getting on a plane.
You needed a tequila before you
Oh.
left on Friday night after the football game.
Yeah, I was good though.
Mooner and I say thank you.
You always have to have one. You know why? It's good for your stomach.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Nice.
Okay, tell me more about this
What
bartender
was I talking about?
that you always have. to
Oh
have
no,
a
he's
tequila
just
when you
happy
fly.
and he's Filipino.
Oh
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're always in.
I'm sure a
very
lot of
good
people that
happiest
travel
people.
know him because he is like the happiest guy alive.
I love that. Bars and restaurants in the terminals at airports are very interesting places. Great for people watching.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
It is. It is like I wonder what the hell's going on in their world.
I
right
want
now.
Trev to go to an all-inclusive. I
You would love it.
I think you would.
Inclusive. Went to one right when I graduated to Puerto Vallarta.
Ah,
Had the best time ever.
You were young, right?
I was 18 though.
Oh, okay, so you could drink.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so you've done one.
The worst hangover of my life to this day.
And Tommy, you've been?
yeah, a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yep. I think I've gone twice. Well, Cancun. I stayed at a Barthelo.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was the
Sweet.
one. You know how Cancun's like a 7, like the
Yeah.
shape, like a 7. I stayed at the one at the top, and then they had another one in the middle of the strip.
Now they have that whole Barcelo strip. They have 6.
So they must have purchased or built.
They have an adult one that's new.
Okay.
It's right at it's at the furthest end.
Yeah.
But it's good because the one we like the resort we went to, we could go to 4 other resorts on
Yeah,
the strip.
that's the best.
Which was awesome.
That's what we did. We went
Yeah.
to the other one to check it out for a day or two. And then
Nice.
I've done Playa del Carmen for my buddy's wedding. And then I did Puerto Vallarta, which was also good, but different.
Puerto Vallarta is nice. Are you guys more pool or do you like going in the ocean?
Pool.
Pool.
I like both.
Ocean's fine.
I like to mix it up. I'm fascinated by waves. And Puerto Vallarta.
you are.
Not a single one is exactly the same as another.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was always told the 7th wave is always the biggest wave. I don't know if that's true or not, but some guy told me that when we were in Puerto Vallarta. And but the first wave, man, it was no joke. And I remember my dad saying, "Trev, be careful. Like the waves here are next level." I'm like, I'll be okay. Everything's fine. And I went in, man, and the wave kind of started small, but before I knew it, it was as tall as me, and it absolutely just destroyed me. I was rolling and rolling and rolling. I cut up my arm. I took a photo with it because I was
How do
pretty
you
banged
end up in these scenarios?
because I was so banged up. I got a photo with because I was bleeding a decent amount. And then that was it for me for the ocean for that trip because I was scarred.
I'm
my
with you, man. We
goodness.
went to Puerto. We were drinking, and me and my cousins were in the ocean, and like a wave, like a big wave, and grabbed us. I cracked my head on the bottom of the ocean. I got up, my head was bleeding.
Jeez.
I was like sore, like I could have died, man.
Could have died.
I got up, and everybody's like, "What the hell?" I was like, "The wave just flipped me, man, and
Yeah,
like,
man.
took me out." So I have a lot of respect for the ocean, but this year the Maya Riviera, which is in Cancun,
Yeah.
down that strip.
Same with Playa del Carmen. Like you
Yeah.
land in Cancun and just drive to the resort area.
The ocean there, man, was clear water.
Yes.
Minimal waves, and there was fish all around you.
Yes.
swimming around. It was amazing.
The
Yeah.
beaches and the water of the Atlantic side, which is Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Mine Riviera, is I find much more pleasant than the Pacific side, which is Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo.
We went to Cabo. We couldn't even go in the water.
Yeah.
Like
Cold,
you can't.
too sketchy.
cold, rocky.
No, you're not allowed.
Dark.
It's too aggressive, man.
Ugh.
It's
Yeah.
this one had seaweed this year, but they did a great job of cleaning it out every
they?
morning, so you were still able to go in the ocean because
Yeah.
it's seaweed season there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I saw some videos of that.
yeah.
Quite gross.
If I had to choose between the two, like they said, would you want to go here or would you want to go there? I would pick the white sand beaches of the Atlantic side and the turquoise water where the fishies are swimming around. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get over. I'm very intrigued by waves. Is that what he said?
I'm very
Watch out
fascinated.
for the
by
seventh
waves.
wave.
Watch out. Yeah, seriously, man. The waves will get you. I remember, but it was
They
it
teach
was
you in
this
Pincher
time.
Creek, Alberta.
Yeah, it was this time 10 years ago because also last week I graduated 10 years ago. It's crazy. So I was getting all these memories, but then soon after I graduated, went right to Mexico, and I was just getting all these videos, memories of just me in the ocean and just these waves, like the biggest waves I've ever seen in my entire life.
And you're
I
like,
was
no, that wave's not the biggest one because it's only the fourth.
Would you ever
it's getting
surf?
bigger. I've never surfed. I would for
Would you
sure.
be scared?
I would be.
Surfing scary.
Scared of the sharks? Is that what you're saying?
No, just
Just in
surfing.
general? No, the only thing that would scare me is the sharks.
Yeah, sharks would be incredibly.
And
scary.
getting hit by another surfboard, because that has done some damage to people. But I've always wanted to surf, man. I've snowboarded before, so I think it would be kind of similar.
So before you get your quesadilla from Boston Pizza on the lunch menu, Sam O'Reilly, Memorial Cup MVP. He's on the thummy today for the show. Drafted by the Oilers after they traded up so they could draft him.
Yeah,
And subsequently traded for Ike Howard, who they didn't do much scouting, if at all, on, but still traded O'Reilly for Howard. Howard had a good season in the AHL.
yes, he did.
Good showing by all accounts in the World Championship. And so there's still hope for him. But you look at a guy that just joined Brad Richards, Corey Perry, and Mitch Marner is the only other ones that have won like the MVP. What is it? The MVP of the OHL final or OHL playoffs, Memorial Cup, and there's another
And then the
element.
regular season.
And the regular season.
Might be a player there, boys.
I would say good scouting by the Oilers, good drafting by the Oilers, and then potentially poor management by the Oilers. However,
Yeah.
do not give up on Ike Howard here.
No, like you said, he had a good pro season, mostly in the
Yeah,
AHL.
and that's very important.
Yeah, so good on him. I think we're going to have, I think in 5 years, this discussion is going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
It just seems like Sam O'Reilly's going to be more all around right
Yeah.
now. He might be that second, third line center that's just a beast. Where Ike Howard can be the goal scorer of the Oilers. He can be
Hopefully.
a 20-goal guy, a consistent 20-goal guy on the second line for the Oilers. So I think it's interesting. I think it's too soon to say like the Oilers screwed up because we got to see what Ike Howard turns.
Yeah.
I think that's the fair way to go about it. But
Makes you think.
you look at the Holloway leaving. I know you guys on Hello Hockey talked. Pagnotta brought it up just to piss everybody off.
Yeah, he dropped a grenade and left.
And then potentially you can have a guy, Sam O'Reilly, who could become a stud in the NHL. That's two that got away that you drafted. And I think that's what
And
hurts.
developed.
Yeah.
Well, O'Reilly less so than Holloway, obviously, but yeah. Where do you come out on this?
Yeah, I think this will be a rare case within the NHL in the next few years where you see a good trade that benefits both teams.
Okay.
I that's where I'm leaning towards still because I know as an Oilers, Oilers fans right now, they're looking at this and it's all the uproar on Twitter right now is how do you let this happen? How do you let this happen? You're the one that got
just
away.
laid it out for you.
Yeah. But looking at Ike Howard's, like I think there is a little bit of, obviously it's recency bias. Like that is all the talk. And
Yeah,
but
that's fair. That's true.
rightfully so. It's just, I think I'm big. I still am big on Ike Howard. I think for
hopeful.
offensive upside, you might have a little bit more in Ike Howard. I think for all around play, maybe Sam O'Reilly takes the edge in that category. But for readiness in the NHL, I give that to Ike Howard. And I think he will be ready. And I think this season, hopefully, they give him more time than what he had last year. And maybe you could argue he wasn't ready for that last year, but he's going to be ready this year. And I'm eager to see what he does, but I'm still hopeful that I'm not, oh no, I still really think that this trade will work out for the Oilers in the long run. I do.
That's the hope. That's the hope. You want to be positive about it and keep in mind Howard won a Hobie Baker Award.
Yeah, like
that's
they're
prestigious.
Yeah,
What do you
and-
think's more prestigious, the CHL awards or a Hobie Baker?
Man, is it Is it weird to say the Hobie Baker? I think is a little bit more prestigious.
No.
Yeah, like growing up, whenever I hear the Hobie Baker, I don't know. For me, I was always like, I knew that was a big one. I'm like,
It's like the Heisman of the
yeah, exactly.
NCAA hockey.
So,
yeah.
and especially, I guess, the age you are when you win it. That, if you're a rookie, if you're a sophomore, whatever. But I think the Hobie Baker maybe has a little bit more stock. Not by much, but a little bit. But it'll be interesting to see. I think Sam O'Reilly, he's going to be a player. And I know, he's doing a lot of really good things.
Mm-hmm.
You just mentioned he joined one of 4 people. And I will say, like,
That's
that
elite company.
and I will say, like, that's the one thing that's really making me kind of like, those are elite guys. Those are guys that have done that before. They have won. Corey Perry. Mitch Marner. He could win this playoffs, but Brad Richards, if I'm not mistaken, did he not win?
Yep.
Or he came close to. So,
no, he won with Tampa.
One thing for sure, Sam O'Reilly is bringing to Tampa a lot more than Ike Howard is bringing to Edmonton is a winning pedigree. And not saying that, he's a rookie, but it's a feather in the cap, right? I'm coming to Tampa Bay and I've won not once, not twice, but he's won 3 times. Like that just being in with the London Knights and then this being his 2nd time winning the Memorial Cup. So that's a lot of experience that he's bringing. So there is that, but I still am hopeful.
I'm just looking at the Hobie Baker Award list all time. There's some excellent NHL players on here. There's some misses.
Yeah, there are.
This year it was Max Plante who won. Howard last year. Celebrini the year prior. Fantilli the year prior. Dryden McKay in 2022. Cole Caulfield, Scott Perunovich, Cale Makar won it. Adam Gaudette, Will Butcher, Jimmy Vesey, Jack Eichel, Johnny Gaudreau, Drew LeBlanc, Jack Connolly, Andy Miel, Blake Jeffrion, Matt Gilroy, Kevin Porter, Ryan Duncan, Matt Carl, Marty Sertich, Junior Lassard, Peter Saitna, Jordan Leopold, Ryan Miller, Mike Motto, Jason Krog, Chris Drury, Brendan Morrison, Brian Bonin, and Brian Holzinger. That's just going back to 1995. Korea won it in 93. Scott Pellerin, if you remember him. Kip Miller, Tony Herkis, former Oiler, Tom Curvers, George McPhee in 82, Neil Broughton in 81. So there are some very notable hockey players that have won the Hobie Baker.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, man, I still think, like, did you happen to watch any of the states play in the World Championship?
No,
that's fair. I was only really watching highlights, but from what I saw, like, he's smart in the offensive zone, and if there's one thing that Ike Howard can do, we saw Matt Savoy do it, is just polish up on your 200-foot game. I think he should be more than willing to be able to do that if that's what lands him a spot on this team, and I think he'd be up for the task. But the thing with him that's always been there is his offense, and I think given top 6 minutes, it'll be interesting to see if he gets that. But if he does get that, I think he'll run with it. I really do. I'm still faithful. I still have a lot of hope in Ike Howard. I think his hockey instincts are there. Just needs a little bit more time.
Yeah.
In the top 6. So.
I hope it pans out, seriously, for the sake of this team, this fan base. But I think it's natural to watch the Memorial Cup and the final last night. Shout out to Steve Hamilton, the Everett Silvertips. Was really rooting for Hammy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't come to be.
How about the WHLA? Still can't.
12 years
since.
Oil Kings. Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, like it's natural to be like, geez, that Sam O'Reilly looks really good. And I'm going to read some texts that have come in and some stuff in the nasty chat, 780-218-9999. Some good points being made, honestly. Good conversation. So let's go back here. Baptized Big Uke says Sam O'Reilly had a great year for sure. Got to remember he's one of the oldest players in the CHL this year. Do the same thing against men in the AHL before even starting to judge this. Gord Mamer says Howard and O'Reilly are both good prospects. I think the trade can work out for both. He was playing a watered-down CHL as a 20-year-old. Howard against men had a good year, but I see both helping their teams out. 83 Runner says, I'm worried Howard turns into another Yamamoto. He's bigger than Yamamoto, And Yamamoto had a renaissance season this year.
Yeah, that was awesome.
With Utah, which is great to see. Gordon Mamer says, I'm more concerned that the news got out that the Oilers didn't have a book on Howard and that they had to pay full value on a trade for a guy who's known to not be going to Tampa. I'm pretty sure I was part of put that information out there.
I think I know who broke that.
I think it's important that you know what your management team of your team that you love is doing, especially when they have big time missteps.
Yeah.
Kind of relevant.
Yeah, it is. And just going, like, I know it's all...
You guys want that information, so I pass it along.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. When I watch Ike Howard, man, like I feel like there is a player there. Like I see him having a role with this Oilers team, and I jumped the gun maybe a little too much last year with him, but he went down there, he did what he had to do, said the right things, did the right things, and it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out, but. I know there's a lot of cause for concern and people, oh no, like why did they do this? You know what?
Relax. Take a breath.
Yeah. There's going to be a player in Ike Howard.
I'm going to read a couple here. Ooh. And somebody made a good suggestion on another comparable, which I will do. Let's go back to the text line here. Tony Herkus says Statue Boss Productions is a useful puck doku player. LOL. Yes, he is. He's a great puck doku player, and you need to know how to spell his last name. Hrkac. Hrkac. Tony Herkus. Played for St. Louis, Edmonton, Dallas.
Herkus, eh?
Where did he end up? I think he ended up on an expansion team. Was he in Nashville, maybe? Smitty the Welder says, I don't think Howard and Savoy can both be in the top 6. Not big enough. Smitty the Welder, he might have something there. And then Caster 1990 says, Tommy run the same list of CHL MVPs compared to Hobie Baker. Hobie gets the buzz because it's U.S. college, but CHL MVPs have included McDavid, Lemieux, Howardchuk, LaFontaine, Sakic, and Crosby. Did you pull up Tony Herkus?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Thrashers, says Gord. Thank you.
Yeah. Pretty elite company for
I will read the CHL MVP list.
Yeah, let's do that.
So this year was O'Reilly, right?
Yeah.
McKenna last year. Jagger Firkus the year before. But Connor Bedard, Logan Stankoven, Alexis Lafreniere 2 straight years. Alex Barré-Boulet in 2017-18. Alex DeBrincat, Mitch Marner, Connor McDavid, Anthony Mantha, Jonathan Drouin, Brendan Shinniman, Ryan Ellis, Jordan Eberle, Cody Hodgson, Justin Azevedo, John Tavares, Alex Radulov, Crosby 2 years in a row, Ryan Locke, Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Simone Gamache, Brad Richards, Brian Campbell, Sergei Varlamov, Alan McCauley, Christian Dubé, David Ling, Jason Allison, Pat Peake, Charles Poulain, Eric Lindros, Mike Ricci, Brian Fogarty, Joe Sakic, Robbie Brown, great guy, Luke Robitaille, Dan Hodgson, Mario Lemieux, Pat LaFontaine, Dave Simpson, Dale Howardchuk, Doug Wickenheiser, Pierre Lacroix, Bobby Smith, Dale McCourt, Peter Lee, and going all the way back to 74, 75, Ed Staniowski.
Nice.
I hope I said that right.
That's pretty elite company.
There are some misses on that list, too.
There are.
Not as many.
Yeah.
So 83 runner makes a good point. But I think you can make a case for both.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the potential is, the ceiling for both players? If everything
Well, there are different kinds of like we've outlined, different types of players. Like I think Ike Howard, if put into the right situation where they can, a team, hopefully the Oilers, puts him into a scenario where they're leaning on him for the offense and he's willing to play acceptable defensive hockey when needed, can really take off and give you that offensive punch.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to change his style into a two-way guy or a checker, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
You've screwed the pooch. Whereas Sam O'Reilly, I watch him and he's got great hands, good vision. Yes, he's a 20-year-old playing against younger players. Yes, he won the Memorial Cup last year and has been through this, so it was, call it quote unquote old hat for him. But he did it, and he was exceptional. I look at him and I'm like, that player's a dog, man. Like, he's going to do everything and anything to win. And I remember when he was in Oilers camp a year or two ago, and I just sat and talked to him for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, this kid's a beauty.
Yeah.
Like, he was just in awe of everything. Like, this is a hockey player. This kid is a hockey player. There was modesty, humility, appreciation, obviously a thirst for success, pride in knowing what he's accomplished and what he can become. I was very impressed with him, just talking to him. I haven't spent that much time with Ike Howard. The locker room access is not the same. It's dwindled again in the years since. And I'm in studio a lot more than before. But he might have those same qualities. But with O'Reilly, in my personal experience, I was like, man, they did a good job with this kid.
Yeah, it checks out.
I'm like, well done.
Yeah.
So it could be a case where both teams benefit. But I think O'Reilly has a better, a broader ability to play the game in different scenarios and have success, whereas Howard would have to be a little more focused in where you put him in and where he can succeed. But if you put him in that right spot, he can take off like a rocket ship.
Is that what they're hoping, do you think, for the Oilers?
I would think
Top
so.
6, like him right out of the gate next season?
Well, I mean,
or do you
might want him to earn it by playing well in the preseason.
Yeah.
Now, granted, preseason can't put all of your stock into what you see. However, it will be, I think the preseason will be better because it's going to be lessened.
Shorter.
Like less games.
Thank God.
Yeah. Because you're going to have more regular season games next year, 84 game schedule next year.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to project him as a player. I'm optimistic. I want to see him succeed. You saw little glimpses at the NHL level. Obviously, at the AHL level, by all accounts, is pretty good. I don't know.
And with a different coach, it'll be interesting to see the approach because Knobloch was pretty, he didn't give it to really any young player. Not Holloway, not really Savoy. Like they had to earn it, which there's nothing wrong with that. So whoever said coach is the new coach for the Oilers, how does he see him as an asset? I wouldn't be opposed to letting him earn the minutes in the top 6. But you got to play him in the bottom 6. Like I loved what Sandor was saying on
Hang Up.
Yeah. Talking about Victor Arvidsson, where he never really felt that was the first team he's ever he didn't know his role.
Yeah.
Like, and
you've heard that from a few guys who've left here.
And that's one of the problems. I know it doesn't really seem like it, and it's not really something you think of when you get the likes of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to be on your team. But as we've seen and as we've heard, when players are here and then when they leave, they kind of find their game again, and they talk about having a role that they didn't have before. So for Ike Howard's sake, I expect him to come in and to provide, good looks. But again, it'll be interesting to see how the ice time goes for him because he can't be a 9-minute guy. He can't be a 8-minute guy.
And you can't put him on a checking line and be like, we need you to shut down their second line tonight, Ike.
No. Yeah.
So square peg, round hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
No bueno.
But it'll be interesting to see, and something I know for a fact we will look at in 2 years' time.
Of course. Hell, we'll probably look at it in October.
Yeah, probably.
That's just the nature of it. A couple more texts here as we roll along. Censored Shaggy in St. Albert says, Howard will not be a young Stu Barnes. Out of Spruce Grove, Alberta. Cheekiness says, Howard should be used as a trade chip. And then 83 Runner says, hard to say what Howard is going to be. Most Hobie Bakers in the last 10 years have been successful. Yeah, and we went through the 2 lists.
But see, man, I'm bullish on him. I really am. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's hard to say. I don't know, man. I see skill, I see talent, and I see work ethic with him that I think will get him far in the NHL. Maybe that's way too early, but I'm sticking with this one. I'm like Matty with Trey Ford until Trey Ford didn't work out.
No. He made a great play in the preseason.
Yeah, did you see that?
Oh, phenomenal. He's capable of that. And you're like, oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's just, you need the consistency and the nuts and bolts of it. The meat and potatoes part of his game is where there's some attention to detail that's needed. But those magical plays are just, yeah, you're right. It was like, wow.
Yeah, it makes you
He can still do that.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't do that anymore? Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Have fun in Minnesota, Kyler.
Yeah, that just...
Terrible. That soured so bad on the Cardinals. Anyway, this is the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. A couple more texts as we roll along. Troll says, this is O'Reilly's 19-year-old season. He's reminding us, as a 20, he'll probably be in the AHL. And then Troll says, so want that book you're going to write, TG. Yeah, Troll, I just need a publisher, buddy. I've got it all. I said it on Hello Hockey. I'm like, I'll write it, man. Like, I've got it. I've been writing stuff down, tracking it since my days at Oilers TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I would buy your book.
Like, you want the real
Oh, yeah.
spit?
Tommy Tell-All.
Yeah.
What, do you have a name for
Not
the
the
book?
propaganda, not the revisionist history stuff from.
Do you think
that
there will
might see
be
from others?
a YouTube Trev page?
There could be.
Really?
There could easily be.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I would have a chapter.
Yeah. It certainly wouldn't be about the glory days either. So it would be like, this is what I saw. This is what happened. So anyway, yes, Troll, I would love to do that. I think that would be a very cool experience to go through writing a book. Steve has written numerous.
Yeah. He's quite the writer.
I'm like, man, that would be apparently it's a tough process. But I read like some of my favorite authors, Rick Riley, Jeff Pearlman. Obviously, I read Bob McKenzie. I read Speck's book, Low Tides, and you're like Duthie. And you're like, this is cool. This seems like a lot of fun. So,
yeah, it
would be neat to do.
It's cool. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm biased here. Like, it's nice hearing the athletes, come out with a book and all that, but broadcasters coming out with their books, like there's, I don't know, that just...
Sometimes you got to be careful.
Yeah, I imagine so, hey.
Yeah. Especially if you're still in the business.
So that's why usually when you retire...
I don't know. I would just do it.
Fair.
It'd be fun. Hampton Steve says, Tommy, a title idea for your book about this era of Oilers hockey. Oil spill, failure through dysfunction.
Oil spill.
Yeah. I feel like I would probably be persona non grata at Rogers Place. Maybe if I get a job in another market, we'll do that one. All right. We roll along here on the Oil Stream. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. They have their $5.99 big deal going on right now. You can get, the mini chicken sandwich with, you get the, what is that? Like the baked bun, not the bun. It's like cornbread.
Oh, yeah, cornbread.
And then fries and a soda. Or you can do a couple of chicken strips with the cornbread and the fries and a soda, $5.99. They've got the big sauce combo. It's three of those. Those chicken strips are large. Like you're like, just 3 chicken strips. They're big and they're breaded and they'll fill you up. Fries and is that the sauce that goes with it? Oh, looks so good. And a big thank you to everybody who took part in
Stelter month.
the Ben Stelter month. That was tremendous. And I hadn't seen to this point if they got to 50,000 raised, but I sure hope they got there.
Yes. That's awesome. I might have some Popeyes today.
Oh.
I'm hungry, bro.
You'll be good for the rest of the day. Even a big boy like you.
Yep.
Hungry boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big thank you to the crew over at Popeyes, Kyle Furby, and my good buddy Jared Corse, and everybody at Popeyes doing a tremendous job last month, and all participating locations, and everyone who took part in the Ben Stelter month last month. I can't believe it's June 1st, but it feels like it's like
crazy.
April 20th right now.
Yeah. I will say though, it looks green. It looks beautiful out there.
It's going to be lush when the sun comes back out.
Yes. I got my days mixed up over the weekend.
Uh-oh.
I thought Saturday. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I should have looked at the weather, and I had got all my adulting stuff done on Saturday. I stayed in, did some cleaning, did some cooking, did some video editing. And I was like, oh, tomorrow's going to be a great day outside. I can't wait. I'm going to love it. So I set my alarm at 7. I woke up and it was just, you should have seen my face when I saw it outside. I was like, are you kidding me? So I was just like, well, I guess that's 2 days I'm staying in. I cracked open a beer immediately and started playing some Fortnite.
Well done.
Yeah. So.
Oh, there was a text I wanted to get to. Who had it? Was it Chris? No. There was one that was really funny. Oh, boy. And it had to do with what we started the show with. Where is it? Oh, my goodness.
Nolan St. Albert?
No.
Lived in Mexico for almost 3 years?
It was in regard to Mexico. Where is it? Chris the Plumber. Was it him? No. Let's talk about Myles Garrett there. It'll come back to whatever. It's all good. It was... Somebody said their neighbor's last name was Garcia, but they pronounced it Garcia. And they insisted on it. Garcia. They're Spanish.
Garcia?
Yeah.
No, Garcia. Do I have to do it? Do it.
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be tough. Like, if you go to Spain and you're like, you don't say that, but they're like, no, you have to give the lisp. It requires the lisp.
But that's...
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. A text comes in from Troll, says, wait, Low Tide has a book. I'm going to have to look that one up. Yes, it's on the clock. Edmonton Oilers behind the scenes. It's all about their draft history. But it's not titled Low Tide as the author. It's Alan Mitchell. That's Low Tide's name. Yeah.
That would have been a flex. Low Tide.
Good book. Good book. Highly recommend.
Tommy,
you want to do a deep dive? Sorry, go ahead.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Did you happen to watch the Hurricanes advance beating Montreal Canadiens?
Yeah, I did. And then they smacked them around in that game 5. So
that was pretty. So what are your thoughts heading into the final?
I'm curious. Like, I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, the Hurricanes are rolling, and they might be. I kind of got I got into it a little bit about like, I don't believe in like how they were built. Like, they've been built as it's a pretty good team, obviously, great coaching. But the method or belief in how they got to this roster, as opposed to more of a hybrid blend.
Yeah.
Numbers and the old eye test.
Yeah.
And I got into it. Not that we need to today, because I'm like, this is not even an argument worth having. Can the Golden Knights find a solution to what seems like a steam train running through everyone?
Oh.
Maybe they can. I don't know. I have questions when it comes to like what holes are there on the Hurricanes. I still feel like you can get to Freddie Anderson, and if you can keep up with them, can you overpower them physically?
Yeah.
If you can keep up with them.
Yeah, that's the thing for me, man. Like, I'm still, I don't know. I'm not quite sold on Vegas. And I know like they just made the Avalanche look silly, but I will say for me, I don't know. I might be the minority saying this, but I feel like the Avalanche beat themselves more than the Golden Knights beat the Avalanche. And
that was fascinating, wasn't it?
Like no one saw that. No one expected it. It definitely surprised me. And then obviously the injuries of McKinnon and McCarr didn't help.
No.
But man, like, it's just watching every single one of those games. It just, the one thing that Vegas that really stood out for me was sticks and lanes blocking shots.
They're going to have to do that in the Cup Final.
And they're going to have to do that. Yes, absolutely. But like, that's the thing, man. Like so many times Nate's just coming down. I'm like, block shot, deflected out. Someone deflected it or stopped it with their stick.
Mm-hmm.
And then just immediately, just their transition game was pretty smooth. I was surprised by that. It definitely looked like Tortorella's got that part of their game fixed. But I mean, I don't know. I'm all in on the Hurricanes.
Yeah,
I think like the Hurricanes will absolutely give it to them. If I'm being honest, in my opinion,
I'm going with Vegas, and part of it is just to be different, to be contrarian. I'm genuinely curious how John Tortorella and his staff prepare this Golden Knights team for what Carolina has been able to accomplish, like you just outlined.
Yeah. Like we saw Carolina, 11, 12 days off, whatever it was that they had off. And then Montreal.
One rust game.
Yeah, one rust game.
That's
it really got the Habs faithful. And, some spectators like, this Habs team, like, watch out. They're pretty good. And what did they do? They dismantled the Canadians after that. Like, quite easily. Well,
the 2-3-2
what are your thoughts?
overtime
what are your thoughts
games,
on that? Yeah, because
that was soul crushing, I think.
Yeah, that was.
For the Habs. Even if they win one of those games, we're talking about maybe a 6th or 7th game. And the confidence, because when you knew the Habs were done, was that the 3 goals was it the first period of game 4?
Oh yeah.
Where they just boom, boom, boom. Kane's up 3-0, and the Habs just had nothing for like the last 40 minutes of the game. Done. Toast. It's over. And then they were just basically all passengers in game 5.
Yeah. And it leads me to this question there, Tommy, and I'm very curious to the nasties listening as well. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. But if it's a hypothetical,
Thank you for pointing that out.
If the Carolina Hurricanes win the Cup, Taylor Hall is currently leading that team in points. If he wins, do you think, first off, from that, do you think he would win the Conn Smythe?
I think he has a great chance to.
I think
if
so.
That happens.
For sure. I think he's been their best player. Anderson as well. That whole line has been solid, but you can definitely make a case for Taylor Hall. So that would mean MVP, Conn Smythe winner, Stanley Cup champion, and say he has 5 more seasons left, which absolutely I think he does. Playing at like 50 points, getting 50 points, that would bring him to over 1,000 points.
Hall of Fame.
Is that a Hall of Fame career?
Yes.
Taylor Hall of Famer. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't it be?
absolutely.
There's lesser players that have done less or have accomplished less that have gotten into the Hall of Fame. Not many, but some.
Yeah.
I think, especially whatever happens in these next 2 weeks, I think will be a big time. We'll have a huge part in his end result and legacy as a player.
Yeah. I agree, but isn't that something? Taylor Hall.
If you win a Conn Smythe and Stanley Cup and you have 1,000 points, oh, by the way, you win a Hart Trophy, how do you not?
Yeah.
How do you not get into the Hockey Hall of Fame?
It's just weird because he's put together some really good seasons, and obviously earlier on in his career especially, and then he follows 2 years after being traded, winning the Hart. And then, from team to team, his points, I can't help but think if he would have been just on one team, his points would have stayed at a steady, like 70 to 60 to 80 point pace. I think him relocating time and time again definitely didn't help that. And then it's just crazy. Like he was a 4th liner in Chicago the last year he was there. He was healthy scratched. And now he is... so we're talking about roles and having roles and being played. Like it takes a good coach to do that. But I mean, Taylor Hall, like it's just what a great story that is. I'm rooting for him.
I'd be happy if he won a cup. I always got along really well with him.
Yeah.
Thought he was a nice guy. We saw eye to eye on a lot of things. So yeah, if he wins, I'm very happy for him. But when you talk about like, is he a Hall of Famer? I think that those things have to happen. Obviously, Canes would need to win the cup.
Yes.
And then if he does get the Conn Smythe, then I think that pretty much locks him in. The 1,000 points, I think, is the one thing that he might not need to accomplish, but still be able to get in if you have all that other hardware and accolades. The 1,000 points, though, I think would like make him a no-doubter.
Yeah. It checks off a lot of boxes.
And you talk about the tough years and when he bounced around, like that diminished his, I think, how he was viewed.
I agree.
Around the NHL. He was kind of like a forgotten man.
Yeah.
Right? He was taking 1-year contracts. This was the frozen cap, half decade. And he went between Arizona. After the trade to Arizona, he went Buffalo.
Yes.
He went to Boston. He was in Chicago.
And now Carolina.
And now he's in Carolina. I was like, am I forgetting another team that he played? But no, I think he's been on like 7 teams now.
Yeah, I forget about the New Jersey to Arizona.
And that was to bolster the Coyotes
Yeah, because they were.
into the playoffs. They were having a surprisingly good year under Rick Tocchet.
Yeah.
And they won their play-in round.
Yeah.
So they made the playoffs, the round of 16
Right.
in 2020 during the bubble, which was, again, very weird. We look back on it, it's been 6 years, and you're like, boy, that was a weird time, wasn't it? Yes, absolutely it was.
It was weird, but just fascinating stuff. I'm happy you said, yeah. I mean, he checks off all the boxes.
Good to see him playing very well right now.
Yep.
Really. VR Montenegro. Hello, Michael. Good to hear from you. Says 1 for 1. So does 83 runner. Yeah.
1 for 1.
Yeah, I remember that day. Had to scramble to the rink, and then PK Subban got traded. Reed and I had to do a hit for Oilers TV.
I just used that hit on one of my videos.
Did you really?
Yeah, a week ago.
How good was it?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I watched it. I forget what the video was on, but
Well, I remember Bob was unavailable because usually I'd grab Stoff and we would do it. And so Reed was there, and I'm like, hey, you want to do this? He's like, yep. And
yeah,
the magic. That's where the magic was born.
that's where it started.
Yeah, or maybe before then, but him and I had known each other for quite a while before that. But yeah, that trade. Now, I would say that Adam Larson was a very good Oiler during his time here and did everything that was asked of him and then some.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think people appreciated Larson too, like the fan base.
Yeah, I think they took him in with arms wide open. With arms wide open. Sorry, I had to do that.
Don't.
But yeah, okay. Don't ever do that again.
That's okay.
But it's just it was the 1 for 1, right?
Yeah.
That'll always people will always remember that.
Well,
as the 1 for
it
1.
was, I'll give Peter Chiarelli credit. Like, he built a good team going into 2016-17, and that included getting Adam Larson for Taylor Hall. But as quickly as he built that team in 2015 and 2016, he subsequently dismantled it in 2017 and 18, and then just went full-blown panic mode and had to be recommended to leave the building during the first intermission when he was being fired.
Is that right?
Yeah. I remember when Bobby Nix was like, yeah, we had to tell Peter probably best that he leaves right now during the intermission. That was it.
That's
I was
crazy.
just like, holy crap. Like,
Get your books coming out soon.
Only in Edmonton, man.
Yeah. But it's okay, Tommy. It's a lot better now.
It's in the book.
Yeah. What chapter is that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. 780-218-9999. I see a bunch of texts. We'll get to as many as we can. We have a few minutes left here on the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Hop into the nasty chat as well. Rip City Step says, I love Clep Bomb. So do I, Step. He's a great guy. Is a great guy. Really nice human being and very good hockey player as well. And I should mention too that we're going to get to the numbers game brought to you by Play Alberta. Numbers game, as always, a staple on this show, and Play Alberta, presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST for some goodies. And to learn more, that is playalberta.ca/EST. You must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use what?
Use your game sense.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
There we go. Numbers game. How about this? I will go 1 for 1. How do you look back on that trade?
The Taylor Hall, Adam Larson.
That's right.
How do I look back on it? Very sad. That was a tough day for me. I went fishing and I was gone for like 12 hours. And my grandma was like, where the heck were you? And I was like, I was fishing, Grandma. I was fishing because I didn't listen to a single thing. I just saw the trade. I was devastated. Taylor Hall was my favorite player. That's really when I started watching hockey in 2010. I remember his first goal. I remember his first hat trick. I remember his first 80-point season. I mean, I remember when he came back here to to play the Oilers his first time back when he was repping the Devils jersey. And I remember I got front row seats, and I was like, oh my gosh, Taylor's back. And I remember Zach Cassian and him got into it.
I was in the tunnel.
He elbowed Cassian pretty good.
Yeah.
And he was just all bloodied up. And he's like, yeah, Cass was just so heated.
I was in the tunnel when those two were still yelling at each other, because the Oilers and the visiting team locker rooms, right? Like the visiting team, they both go down the tunnels behind the benches. Yeah. And there's a long hallway that it is attached.
Oh, geez.
So now they put a drape between the two, but you'd be able to see each other. Yeah. And they were yelling at each other.
Really? And this was after the game?
In the tunnel. And I'm waiting to do the walk-off interview because Edmonton won that game.
Right.
And when they won, you do the walk-off interview. And Taylor was screaming at Zach, and Zach screaming at Taylor, all bloodied up.
Yeah, man. Like, he got him good. I remember. Yeah. He elbowed him in the face. And then, and it's weird because it's the one thing about hockey I'm always fascinated at, especially at a younger age. But they were buddies. They played for Windsor in junior. And then they played, I think, they played
together in Edmonton
for the 1 year, right? And then stuff like that, though, just, but then I imagine that they're like, it's all good, buddy. Everything's fine, maybe.
I would assume.
That was crazy. So, for me, Tommy, that was one of the toughest days of my life.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Hopefully that's as bad as a day you're ever going to have.
It sucked, too, because I didn't catch a single fish, and I was out for like 10 hours. So just bad for
That's tough. I'm sorry. That's tough.
I didn't fish. I just looked at a lake for 10 hours.
Okay. Last one for the numbers game presented by Play Alberta. The number 2, which one of these franchises will win its second Stanley Cup?
I'm going Hurricanes.
I'm going Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Can you imagine winning your second Stanley Cup in just your 9th season of existence?
Yeah.
Where you've been to the Cup Final 3 times, been to, 5 conference finals. You've missed the playoffs once. Every other round is pretty much at least second round. Like, that's a hell of a start to a franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, the Misfits, right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Your first year as a franchise, you go to the final. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I
know earlier iterations of expansion, there are some comparables. Like Edmonton technically was an expansion team in 79. First Cup Final 83. First win 84. Second win 85. And then a couple more wins in 87 and 88. And then Gretzky left. And then you get to the next decade. And they won in 90. Philly won relatively early. What is it? Back-to-back years. 74 and 75. 75, 76. Something like that. That was like impressive too. But what Vegas has done in a 31 and 32 team league, is super impressive.
To be a Vegas Golden Knights fan, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. All they know is success.
Yeah,
and a good party and good time.
The best time.
Deskra says the Vegas expansion draft was a robbery from every team. Yeah, that is fair. And I mean, Dale Talon got absolutely exposed on that one
with
Riley Smith and Jonathan Marchessault. So
right. Yeah,
that was a tough one.
Remember, did they not get Griffin Reinhart? Is that who Vegas took from Edmonton?
They did take Griffin Reinhart, yes, and never played a game for them. Brandon from Windsor says, "Oh, the stories I could tell about those two in Windsor, Hall and Cassian. I can only imagine." And then. Let's go to a couple of texts real quick, and then we'll get to Coob. Luke in Cowtown says, with the NHL being a copycat league, which team do you copy? The fast, deep team with a long-term coach or the slow, big, physical team with end-of-season new coach? I think they'll try to replicate Carolina.
I think so.
Yeah. I think that's the easy answer, Luke.
But I wouldn't say like Vegas is slow by any means. Like I don't think they're. No, they're big, but I mean, name a hockey players. If you're big, you can still fly like the wind in today's NHL. So I don't know about
that. Here it is. The text I wanted to get to is from Mike outside of Edmonton. It says, my neighbor insists that we pronounce his name like that, Garcia. His door says Garcia. So I suppose I'm Mike outside of Edmonton. That's the one. Oh, I love that. Coob, what's coming up next on EST Afternoons?
Yeah, we got a red hot, fiery show coming up. Hernan Salas and myself will be taking the reins 1 to 3 right here on EST. 3 great guests checking in. We'll connect with Christian Jack from One Soccer to tee up the Canada-Uzbekistan matchup and go around the World Cup. At 1:40, Scott Lawland, Sirius XM NHL, will join us to talk all things Stanley Cup playoffs, get into the final, get into the Eastern Conference final and all that jazz. And James Herbert from CBS Sports to talk some NBA finals there as well. The Screw It, Let's Do It Parlay Memorial Cup talk. Everything here on EST Afternoons.
I love it, Coob. Good stuff coming up with Hernan and the Coob. It's EST Afternoons. YouTube Trev, great work as always, my friend. A pleasure.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I can't wait. I'll be up early. I'm filling in for Eric. So it'll be myself, you, and Dave Jamieson. Haven't worked with Dave on the air in a little while, so I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for bringing in the World Cup trophy.
Yeah, of course. That's solid
That
right
thing
there,
is
baby.
solid. Thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who listened. We know we appreciate you guys so much, and I hope everybody knows that. We're at over 15K subscribers on YouTube, which is excellent. Let's keep building this bad boy up. For Trev, I'm Tommy saying enjoy the rest of your day. Stay warm, stay dry. Enjoy the soccer game if you're going to it. Hernan and Coob coming up next on EST Afternoons.